Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's up? I'm Trent Windsor and we're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for another segment of Clearing Out the Archives where I shuffle my music and whichever album pops up, that is the album I review song by song. If a song is more than 50% skippable, if I would skip it more than half the time, I say get rid of it, not worth your time. If a song is less than 50% skippable, if I would listen to it more than half the time, I say it's a worthy addition for your perfect shuffle. Last time we shuffled our music and the album that popped up is PRhyme 2 by PRhyme. PRhyme is the all-star duo of DJ Premier and Royce da 5'9", and for this project what they do is they take the work of a single producer and exclusively sample that producer for the entire album. For this album they worked with the producer Ant-Man Wonder, who happily allowed them to sample many of his very iconic works. However, does the gimmick overpower the actual value and quality of the music itself? Let's find out as I review it song by song. Because there's 15 songs that I'd like to review, instead of doing each one individually and boring you to death and taking forever, I'm going to do this tier list style and give you some abbreviated impressions of these songs. We're going to do it S tier, A, B, C, D, F tier. F tier being the bottom, obviously. F is for fart. Alright, in the S tier, we have songs like Black History, where you see Royce and DJ Premier working together flawlessly. DJ Premier lays down this frantic initial beat and it transitions beautifully into something very celebratory and triumphant. You can always count on Royce to lay down bars. He's a great lyricist and his delivery is flawless. And you're introduced here to some of his political themes as well, which will not go away throughout the whole album. We also have One of the Hardest, which has lots of energy, very braggadocious. The beat is a hard guitar beat that really hits you and sticks with you. It really adds to that energy and the confidence that Royce exudes on this song. It also has a great hook that I cannot repeat because I'm white, but it's very good. We also have WOW, or Wow, and it features Yellow Wolf on there. Yellow Wolf is kind of like a Alabama southern boy rapper, and he really brings his A game on this song. And I think that is just a byproduct of rapping alongside Royce da 5'9". If you are going to rap alongside Royce, you better bring your A game or you're going to sound like Dookie. So Yellow Wolf kills it just right off the bat, and Royce follows by throwing even more punches. It's all over an MF Doom-esque beat that's very quirky. All three songs on the S tier, I would say, are 30% skippable. Moving on to the A tier, we've got the song Respect My Gun featuring Rock Marciano. This one has a dark, very gloomy beat, which I very much enjoy, and it adds to the grimy aspect of kind of the street rap that's being laid down. Rock Marciano really sounds cold-blooded on this song. For the hook, they really just drag out this one sentence. They just, you ain't gotta respect me, but you better not disrespect my mother effing gun. It feels a little bit like a Tim and Eric sketch for a sec, but it is an okay hook. You also get the song Rocket, which is a very lush orchestral piano violin type beat, and the lyrics are basically just a bunch of name drops, all these people that Royce da 5'9" knows. Congratulations to him. We also have a song that's very intriguing to me, and it's called Flirt, which features 2 Chainz, and the whole premise of this song is that women don't know how to flirt. You know that because they DM Royce on Twitter and ask if they can have sex. That's not flirting, ladies. That's just being thirsty. Premise aside, this is a song with a violin beat, which is okay, but it's 100% redeemed by 2 Chainz coming in and laying down one of the best verses of his career. He is funny, he is interesting, he takes these words and just makes them his own and just really kills it both lyrically and delivery wise. All of these songs in the A tier, I would say, are 35% skippable. In the B tier, there's just one song, and it's called Sunflower Seeds, and it features Novel and Summer of '96. Honestly, there's some really great verses in this song, but the chorus is super dumb. Basically, it's just like, oh, I'm driving my Maserati to McDonald's, but I still spit the shells to the sunflower seeds out the window. Reading up on this a little bit, I guess it's supposed to be a double entendre too, like, it's not just the shells from the sunflower seeds, but the shells from his gun. If you're driving your Maserati to McDonald's, that's still not quite a flex because you're going to McDonald's, dude. Or maybe that's a personal problem that I have with it. I would say this song and this tier are 40% skippable. Next we have the C tier, which has a lot of songs on it. We have the song Streets at Night, which is a really interesting interpolation of I Ran by the Flock of Seagulls. It's very electronic, and fuzzy synths don't necessarily thrill me. We have the song My Calling, which samples a ton of birds for some reason. It reminds me of Portlandia, where they just put a bird on everything. There's Made Man, which features Big Crit and Denon Porter. The beat on this song, it sounds like maybe the opening to one of these old black and white movies. Very orchestral, very grand, kinda corny. And you hear that same thing on the song Do Ya Thing. The beat just doesn't do it for me, and nothing about the rapping in these songs necessarily pulls it out of the gutter for me. You also have the song Everyday Struggle, which features Chavis Chandler. I guess in this song he just wants people in hip-hop to get along. He has nightmares about Joe Budden interviewing Lil Yachty. One thing I can say about all of these songs is that there's nothing specifically memorable. So I'd have to say all of these songs from the C tier are 55% skippable. Moving on to the D tier, we've got the song Era featuring Dave East. I would like to say that Dave East really kills it on this song, and so does Royce. They both have really great verses. But this is one of the most annoying beats I've heard in a long time. Maybe if I just try to replicate the noises with my vocal cords? That didn't sound like it at all. It was not nearly annoying enough. It sounds terrible and it hurts my ears. We also have the song Loved Ones, which features Rhapsody. There's a couple things I didn't like about it. First, it takes way too long for the percussion to actually come in. They kind of start over this bare bones beat that's not really a beat per se because there's no percussion, no drums. It's just the orchestral type stuff going on. And while Royce and Rhapsody both rap just fine, we get a full verse from Royce, and then we get into Rhapsody's part before the percussion even comes in. That's too long to wait. Also, Royce lays down some really weird lyrics about cheating on his wife. I don't know if he's even married, but these lyrics really kind of sat weird with me. So I would have to say both of these songs in the D tier are 70% skippable. In the F tier is reserved for just one song, and that is Gotta Love It featuring CeeLo Green. The song is generally boring, just overall, but this is the worst hook of all time ever performed, and it's performed by CeeLo Green. Now, if you've heard anything sung by CeeLo Green before, you know he has a very unique and specific voice. It's an acquired taste for sure, and it's a taste that you're not going to acquire by listening to this song. It sounds like he's trying to fit as many syllables as he can into this one line. He sings them all very pizzicato, very and then once he hits the long notes, he's very nasally, very harsh. It just sounds bad, man, and I had a hard time listening to it every time. So, please skip this song. I would say it's 80% skippable. Alright, now that my rants are over, adding everything up, mathematically speaking, this album as a whole is 46% skippable. This album really does have some impressive rapping, as well as some really great production. And when those two things line up, it really hits, and the song is a smash. However, a majority of these songs are somewhat forgettable. I also feel like this album falls prey to the whole only sample one producer thing because it often feels homogenous. Sometimes it really feels like you're just listening to one really long song. Alright, let's shuffle our music, see which album I'll be reviewing next. Alright, we're just going to go into our music library here, go into albums, and hit shuffle. Alright, looks like the next album I'll be reviewing is 21 Pilots by 21 Pilots. If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think in the comments about PRhyme, about the album PRhyme 2, about Royce da 5'9" in general, DJ Premier. I'd love to hear your opinions. All musical opinions are valid, and I'd love to hear yours. Check the links below for music videos for this album, as well as the links to playlists for my Best of 2019, as well as my Best of 2020, which is a playlist that is being updated every single day. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is The Perfect Shuffle. What's up? I'm Trent Windsor. We're here in the Church of Church.